Wilson, artist, Master Certified Life Coach, and founder at Dynamic Life Goals. Welcome to our Dynamic Book Series, where we will bring you books to help empower you and take you to the next level in your life. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more dynamic discussions. Also, don't forget to check out our PBS Dollar Club, where you can get all the education you need for your life and business for only $1. www.jointhepbsclub.com. Go right now, and I'll see you inside. Hello. All right.
Oh, hold on. Hello.
Hi. I was having the time. Thanks, guys. Everybody's here, I think. Let's see. Who's Iron?
Hello, can
It's
y'all hear me?
Demita.
Okay. All right. And where's Demita?
I'm Chief Iron Mount, Demita.
Oh, perfect.
I changed my name so y'all will know, but that's my name.
Yes. All right. Okay, so sorry we got a little sidetracked for tonight, but let's see who all else is here. Like cameras on, kinda, sorta. We'll work with it. Okay, so everybody ready?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So I'm just gonna get started. Let me make sure, am I recording? Because that would be bad.
Yeah.
See, make sure. Sorry, my first Zoom, guys. I'm not really.
It says recording.
So. Okay, so you guys did get the alert that it was recording? Perfect. Okay. So we're just going to take a brief moment, let everybody introduce themselves, and we'll get started. I'll start first. I'm Tracy Wilson, founder of Dynamic Life Goals. I coach on business and financial coaching. So we'll just start with Demita. I'll call out everybody's name. Demita.
Well, I am Demita Johnson. Yes. I am from Detroit, Michigan. I'm a retired postal worker. Yes. Right now, I run my own enterprise. And what I do is I help do document preparation for my clients.
Very nice. All right, Demita. All right, next up, we have the sound Dr. Allen, and he looks like he's in his studio.
That is correct. That's where I live. All right. I'm Sound Dr. Allen. I am a songwriter, producer, former pastor, marriage counselor, and many more hats, but we'll stop right there. So
okay. Well, I love
that was me.
All right. Next up, we have Mr. Ronnie Bass.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ronnie Bass. I'm in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I help people just live their blessed life using all the tools that we gathered from the society and elsewhere. And I do day trading and real estate. Plus I help my wife with a life insurance company.
All right, we're gonna have to talk some more, Ronnie. Nice. All right, TJ.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm moving around right now and I'm trying to adjust this video thing. I don't know how to really work it.
I've had technical difficulties. Yeah, you're fine.
There's no option, it's just the mic. But my name is Torrance Roundtree. I work in real estate. I wholesale currently at the moment, and looking to get into passive streams of income through the internet. And I'm here today just to introduce myself and meet everybody.
All right, nice. All right, very nice, TJ. All right, we have next up House of Rucker Harris.
Rucker Harris.
Yes.
Peace, peace, peace. I'm Rucker Harris. Gina Harris is my name. My company or business is Creative Consciousness, where I help people deal with anxiety. I keep a blog going, helping them, giving them advice, giving them tips and things of that nature, because I really believe that one of the things that we're going through is a lot of people are suffering from anxiety and depression, especially with what's going on with in the world. And I believe that that is by design. So I do research on how to help people deal with that.
All right. Well, we're going to have another meeting with you by yourself. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Next up is Khalil.
What's up, family? It's your man Khalil A. Rashid Muhammad. Just a community activist. I'm doing a lot of social media stuff, moving into the digital marketing space. Just always just trying to, help people in this process. So, I mean, I'm just your brother. That's who I am.
All right. All right. Great. Great. All right. And last but not least, we have SB Trust Ayin.
Am I SB
Trust?
I just
Hey, honey.
changed it.
Oh,
My screen keeps freezing up. I don't know what's going
it's
on.
okay. Yes.
But anyway,
Yes.
I hate that my screen is freezing up. I'm Ayin.
Yes.
I am a retired pharmacist / co-pastor.
Yes.
What else am I, Sound Dr. Allen?
You
There we
my
go.
honey.
Okay.
Other than my honey, you're also a marriage counselor as well. She's an author. She's a very great author. She has not finished she finished a book. She just started getting it out. But y'all encourage you, okay?
Yes.
It's awesome.
Yes, we sure will. We sure will. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining in tonight, making the time. And we will get started on Outwitting the Devil. This is our dynamic book review, first one of the series. And we're just going to discuss Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. So did anybody want to share anything first before I just start? Or you want me guys to start with just a quick question on it? All right. I love it. All right. So we're going to start with just because Outwitting the Devil mainly is about success and what hinders or stops people from success. And I guess with the mindset, because that's the most important thing, or one of my biggest takeaways as far as having controlling the mind. So I guess I'll start with you guys. What do you think holds the majority of people back? I know in the book, in the interview with the devil, and I'm gonna outline some of the things. He said he pinpoints on poverty, criticism, ill health, which is sickness, loss of love, old age, and death. So he uses those 6 things to try to cripple people oftentimes. So what do you think holds the majority of people back in relation?
I mean, I kind of summarize.
Yes.
I kind of summarize all of that as fear, because in each area plays an important role of fear. You're always fearful of this and you're always fearful of that. And so what I took from the book, our own worst, our most worst enemy is really ourselves and our inner thoughts of what we think about ourselves, or constantly thinking about what others are thinking of us. Yes. So that's what I got from it.
Yes. Likewise. Anybody else?
Well, I said go ahead.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
I think one thing I took away is the concept of hypnotic rhythm. In one of the chapters, it spoke about your environment, and a lot of times, if you don't have access to certain knowledge or information, the people you're around, y'all can fall into a rhythm of
that's true.
Just kind of blind, kind of like a fog and a blindness. So I just wanted to add that.
Yes.
Kind of like just being comfortable where you are because you don't know nothing else. I get that one too. I get that.
Okay.
I was just about to say that. And also the fact that the media that they're exposed to and the icons that they look up to, that keeps them down, because those guys are paid to present a certain image. And then that's the image that the kids, like he said, he attacked the parents to teach the kids. And that's generational. What happens in heredity, generational, and we call it generational curses in our community. But that heredity, physical heredity, passes 14 generations. But people don't understand that unless they look up the science.
Yes. Okay. Anybody else? SB Trust, Henry, House of Rucker Harris, Khalil.
Yeah, I like what TJ mentioned about the hypnotic rhythm. I mean, just that term alone.
Yes.
I think a lot of times we get stuck in whatever ways that we're used to being in, and then we don't know anything else. And then a lot of times, because fear sets in, we can't move, outside of that fear, like the media said. So it just doesn't allow us to move forward and move on. And then generally, we don't have a support structure around us or accountability partners to help us move away from just being stuck and being in that hypnotic rhythm.
Yes.
doing the same thing over and over again and can't get out of that rut. It's like the rat race that Kiyosaki talked about.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, we can definitely sum all that up as fear. For me, I don't know if I considered it fear, but it definitely does fall in line with that. It's mainly, I guess, those things where you feel like you don't know how to get out of it or know how to conquer it. But I don't consider myself a fear type of person, but I definitely get hung up on things where I'm like, I'm stuck, or someone says something, I'm like trying to figure it out. So it all definitely goes hand in hand. My next question is,
okay, wait,
oh,
before
yes,
we move
yes.
on, I got something to say. I
Yes,
just want to interject with this.
yes,
Ronnie said something about, and it was very important. He said the media that we're exposed to.
yes.
Okay. Now, what came to my mind at that particular time was I had a friend of mine was over, and she used to stay across the street,
Mhm.
and she had moved. So she came over to visit, and she had been here a couple hours, and we were watching TV. Well, the TV was going as we were talking.
Right.
But one thing that she said to me, and I've never forgotten it, she was like, "What kind of TV you got? I don't see these commercials."
Mm,
But where she had moved on my mail route when I was still delivering mail.
yeah.
And it was a lower, a
Right.
poorer little area.
Mm,
But just the fact that, girl, we got the same kind of TV. It's just that we're in different areas. It's
right.
almost like those sales papers. One area get one sales paper and another
That's
area
true.
gets another. But I never thought about the commercials that we see. So the commercial she saw at my house, she said didn't play on her TV at her house. So I just wanted to interject
No,
with that,
that's
because I don't know
good.
if anybody else knew that, but that's what hit my brain when he said that.
Right. And
Actually,
oh, go ahead.
actually, as y'all were talking, I was thinking about the concept in the book about 98% of people being in a negative vibration and programming.
Yes.
If you ascribe to different trains of thought, some people say 85%, other people say 98%. I thought that was interesting when you think of like Ephesians 6 and 12, and they start talking about people in high places and going through the programming of things. And
Right.
that plays into the part of the concept of hypnotic rhythm. If you don't know, if you confine to this box of thought, and then you don't have anybody else to bring you up out of that,
Yeah.
that could be generations of programming that you don't even know what's really going on outside of you.
Right.
Mhm.
Yes. That's
Yeah,
good.
I
That
related
can,
to. I'm sorry.
yes. Oh, no, go ahead, Henry. Yes.
I relate. Just call me Sound Dr. Allen.
Oh,
Don't
Sound
call me.
Dr. Allen.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I related to a story that I heard many preachers say, and I've said myself. It's likened unto the eagle, mother eagle flies with the baby eaglets on its wings, and occasionally one will fall off. Well, in this particular case, one fell in a chicken coop. And so the mother never came back, because that's what they do. So the eaglet is in the chicken coop acting like a chicken, because that's all it's around. All they know to do is to be a chicken, until one day another eagle flies overhead and lets out that screech, and then it realizes, hey, I'm not a chicken no more. And so its whole journey is now to return to being an eagle as opposed to being a chicken eagle.
Yes.
And
That's good.
that's where we are. Is we are on this journey trying to find our way back home from whence we came. And that's our biggest thing. I got some other thoughts too, but I'm not going to take it up right now.
No, that's good. That's a good visual. I'm gonna remember that one for sure. Yeah, that was good. Okay. Let's see. The next question is, have you experienced? Oh, I'm sorry. What are some of your? Have you experienced? Oh, what are some of your roadblocks that you've experienced on your road to success, and how have you overcome them? Or are you overcoming them now? No, that's a tough one, probably for me too.
Well, I'll go first.
Yes. Okay.
My roadblock was always taking the back seat. And I always took the back seat because I was always afraid of what somebody else had to say about me.
Yes.
It was never that I was not, what is the word? I believed in myself. I believe in what I'm doing, so I never had any fear of that, but it was always what the next person had to say, because what I had to realize, whether good or bad, whether I'm on top or the bottom, whether I'm in the middle, no matter where I am in my life and how I feel about my life, is someone always out there. One person's going to not think it's right, and one person's going to think it's wrong. You know, one person's going to think it's right, one person's going to think it was wrong. So I conquered that fear, because I would never get on social media. I wouldn't show my face, or I would never comment on people's posts. I had YouTubes and TikToks, but I would not make videos because I didn't want to deal with the comments. You know, now I'm over that hurdle, and it's whatever.
Right. Now, what did you do to get over there? And I can relate like 100%. Like even this Zoom, I had to like, nope, I'm doing this Zoom. So yes, Damita, I understand for sure.
Well, what it was, I work with another group of ladies, and we get together every week. So it was comfortable being on Zoom with them at our meetings every week. But then she got to the point where we started doing Saturday calls, where we were inviting people in and they were paying to come see us. And I would turn my camera off. But it was like the more and more I talked, the more and more the people wanted really to hear me out. You know, while I was always sitting in the back, I had to learn that I had value. Why am I afraid to show my face? So in working with them, being comfortable with them, I wasn't the only one on the screen, but in doing that with them, it made me comfortable to be on the screen by myself.
Right. So yes, it's mainly getting out of those comfort zones, doing the very thing that scares you, so to speak. So yes, very good. And let's see, anybody else who haven't we heard from? Oh, Khalil, okay.
All right, so I like what Damita said as it relates to outwitting the devil. So at the end of the day, I always share this with people. I've shared this with Trace before. I love the scripture. When two or more are gathered in my name, I am in the midst of thee. So sometimes if you can work collectively with somebody else, then that allows you to feel more comfortable. And once you start to feel more comfortable in your own skin and who you are and recognizing who you are, it makes it a lot easier for us to move beyond those fears, those apprehensions that we have, because, you know, like, wait a minute, I can do this because somebody else is doing it. And if you can see yourself in somebody else, or somebody else can see themselves in you, like, okay, I got this. I'm available to do this. So that's part of outwitting the devil, is understanding that who you are, that you are a God is in you. And if the devil is trying to hold you back, whatever that thing is, living backwards, not, completing your full potential, then once you realize, okay, I'm this, that's how you beat the devil. That's how you outwit the devil, because the devil is trying to make you feel as though you are less than what you are. And once you realize that you are more than what you are, then you can accomplish anything. Now, as far as I'm concerned, as far as me personally, I think for me, a lot of it is just procrastination, why I have not, moved forward on certain things, or just not having the information. So what's good about what we're doing here and being a part of society is that now, if you don't have the information, now you have it. Now, somebody in this group right now may have the information that you may need to move forward, and you don't feel as though you're on an island by yourself. Right. So that's one of the things that I do in the society, is I'm just trying to help people, because I know what it feels like not knowing, not having the answers that you need. So, having questions and not being able to get them answered. But if we work together and collectively as a group, then it'll help us to be a lot easier to move forward by having an accountability partner. You see Khalil procrastinating, somebody open their mouth, say, Khalil, what you doing?
Right.
Help a brother out.
Yes. All right. Ian and Rucker Harris. Let me see if we can hear from you guys. Yes.
Before my screen goes out again.
Oh yes.
That's my biggest enemy. Is I am empowered with who I am, and because I know who I am, I get constant attacks. Yeah. I'm receiving an attack right now with my computer screen going in and out, in and out, in and out, to distract me from what I have to say.
Right.
I have enough to say that I could probably take up this whole hour, or however long it's going to take us. But see,
I see.
Keep going.
I'm not going to stop.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
That's my biggest enemy. And I don't call my enemy the devil. Mm-hmm. Some people call the enemy negative energy. I like to call it negative energy.
Yes.
But that enemy is really the inner you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
My inner me is my enemy is my inner me.
Yes.
And it's always what I think of myself, not what everybody else thinks of myself, of me rather, but what I think of myself. And because I have spent probably 61 years of my 62-year life
Yes, yes.
doubting who I really am. And over this past year, I've come out of that fear of myself because I'm empowered now. I have received so many attacks in the last, I would say 90 days, that it makes me want to quit. But I'm reassuring myself that I know who I am. And regardless of what my inner me is telling me, I'm going to go forward. It doesn't matter, because what I have to say is empowering is in itself.
Yes.
I guess I just answered the question, how I've overcome that. That's how I've overcome it.
By keep going.
Right.
By keep going. That's how you overcome.
I can't stop. Never give up, never surrender is our family motto. So I can't stop.
Yes. Okay. Housley Rucker Harris.
Yes, I would think what I'm going through is not much as procrastination. It's more of organization. It seems to me that in the beginning, a couple of months ago, I said from 12 to 5, I'm going to do some real work on content creation and really do some studying. But it's always something in between that time that I have to do something. Khalil, I'm still on poop patrol. We got 7 pups from 10, but it's still like take about 2 hours out of my day. Wow. So I get a little work done, but not as much as I want to.
Okay.
So that's one thing. I got to get some organization of my day and get some real solid hours. So that's how mine is.
Okay.
I got
figure that out.
I got over that by partnering up with someone that could hold me accountable for my time.
Yes.
Like, what did you do today? You got to get somebody that's going to help you hold you accountable. And at the same time, you probably going to help them hold themselves accountable.
Yes. So I'm going to encourage you to get an accountability partner, even if it's in our group. So we'll talk more. Oh, yes, Khalil. Yes.
Oh, yeah. So I was raising my hand to say, yes, I will be one of your accountability partners, and I want you to be mine because I, too, suffer from that. I have a lot of going on, and planning and having purpose and structure, will help us all. And I think that we probably all, to some degree, probably not everybody deals with that. Just having a plan, writing everything down that you want to do for your day and sticking to your plan. I think that if we do that, we will find that we will get more done in a small amount of time than if we did not plan our day. And I wanted to say something that what SP Trust said. So your outer you did not, have victory. You outwitted the outer you with your inner you, because even though you're having computer problems, we were still able to hear your voice and articulate what you was trying to do, even though the outer you, the devil, the negative energy was trying to prevent us from hearing what you had to offer. So you stayed true to you, and we heard everything you said.
Most definitely.
All right. And
I would like to add,
yes.
I would like to add just a couple things. I think what everybody said, I think I kind of got a little bit of all of that, and just the solutions that everybody has been presenting has been helpful. And I think that one of the most important things too, when you have an accountability partner and you make these masterminds or connections with people, that you have to do thorough discretion, because I've had things in the past that I've connected myself to where the people might have not been as integral as possible. So you have to do some serious discernment, because if you take the concept of hypnotic rhythm, you not only absorb a little of people's words, but you also their thoughts and actions, even if it's unconscious. We have eyes, we see the physical, but there are levels that we don't see, when they talk about the sun rays and stuff. So the same with thoughts and things like that, you could almost read somebody's mind without speaking. And a lot of times if you have to be watchful with who you bring into your circles as well, because that all plays a part, what's spoken and unspoken. So I think everybody's advice here has been very helpful to me, whether it's procrastination, accountability, making those connections, and standing up through it. Because sometimes when you're on your way to the next level, that might be a spiritual principle where you got to go through things before you level up. You have to, it's almost like when you right there, you don't see the goal, but if you would have just dug 3 more feet, you know, or got through it, it might have been a refinement process or something you could have used as a testimony for somebody else. So
exactly.
We heard you drop that Think and Grow Rich, TJ.
Yes.
a little bit.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and I'm gonna add too, that I think if with the accountability partner, because everybody's going through their own things as well, with all the technology, maybe you can also try to implement some of that. I mean, even things that'll annoy you, because I'll do that. I'll have my things set and it'll go off until I do something. It will repeatedly go off until I stop it. So that'll also help when people may or may not be available.
I'll add this, speaking from personal experience, the first thing I'll say is we have to stop believing and start knowing.
Yes.
We keep believing in ourselves. We keep believing in ourselves, but we don't know ourselves. And as long as you believe in, you can never get to the knowing part. And so many years ago, SB Trust, Ain and I came to the conclusion that through study, that we're already in eternity. We've been walking in eternity once we accepted the fact that we are the God man on the planet. And so, and being part of the God man on the planet also requires that sometimes you have to be willing to walk alone. Everybody not going to be on your team. Everybody not going to walk with you. Some people that's closest to you going to be the ones trying to pull you down while they're smiling in your face. And so walking alone doesn't mean that you're lonely. It just means that you're being prepared for the next step. There's a season of dealing with yourself, learning how to say, hey, I'm not fearful. I'm great. For instance, what do you consider success? And I know for me as a songwriter, producer, my first thought was the worldly success, you know, that I'm looking for big money, big accolades and things of that nature. And then knowing who I am and understanding who I am, I said, I'm not here for that. My success is in the music that I write and the people I reach, and it changes their life. And that's success for me. So if I never make $1 million, which I'm not speaking, I won't make $1 million.
Right.
Don't get it twisted now.
You the bank.
I'm just saying, I'm the bank. And there's a whole nother story on why I'm the bank. You know what I'm saying? I can go on and on and on. But I don't need that to solidify my success.
Yes.
I need me to know I'm a success and everything else will follow that. So that's just for me.
And I like that you said that too, because especially like with men, I see they might wrap a lot of who they are or their identity in money and how much money they make. So that was very important that you said that.
You don't want me to tell you why, do you?
Oh, well, another time. I want to know now.
Money is not the full definition of manhood. I just want to throw that in there.
No, it's not.
Right.
It's
a lot that comes with that title. So I just want.
Yeah, man.
Yes. So thank you for saying that. TJ, did you have something also?
No, I wanted to throw that out there. But what he said was, man, pal, sometimes you gotta have a refinement process. You gotta go through the fire to come out on the other end. So I took that away. I thought that was.
Yes. All right. And I wanted to for a woman to say that also, because like I said, a lot of times men wrap up their stuff in money. So I am a woman saying it's not all about money for sure. Okay. Any last thoughts, just to be cautious of time? Any last thoughts on the book or anything that you want to express, to share with others that may be helpful as they move forward in their own lives to try to outwit the devil in their life?
I'll say taking the lessons of adversity. Okay, in 2006, I was paralyzed because I took a probiotic. That was the fact. And then what happened is it would expire. So it attacked my nerves and paralyzed me. But during that time, I told God, let me just get back and I'll do your work.
Yes.
And he overcame that. So even after I spent 3.5 months on rehab, but ideas started flowing to me from that moment that I just let go and say, you know, it's beyond me. You are the great creator to heal it. That's my belief. And so I say, you know what? Then my friends, we started making money. They did something, they took the money. So I had to rebuild. So I said, you know what? I started learning from those processes, putting things in place. Like you said, everybody's not for you. You got to be mindful who put around. So I take all my adversities and I just fell forward, learn lessons. It doesn't matter if you fail. It's if you learn. You never fail if you learn from that lesson and you move and you do it faster. To get to the other side, you just got to fail faster.
Yes.
Yeah, that's even one thing that he said in the book was failure is not the end all to the game. You know, failure is an opportunity for a new beginning. And one of the things the i.e. Devil was saying in that is that he hate people who realize that failure is not the end all, because it is a chance for you to start over and learn from your experiences and move forward. He was like, well, them people really don't belong to me because they don't never quit. So proud, hats off to you, brother.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely right. Because that's what I say all the time. Like, it's not the mistake that you made. It's not the wrong that you did. You know, it's not what happened. The question is, what are you going to do about it? And, you know, and that's that getting back up. If your foundation is solid, I always think of, you remember them punching bags back in the day? Mm-hmm. So I always say, I got a solid foundation, because you can punch me and you can punch me. And just like that bag, I'm always going to bounce back up. So just make sure that your foundation is solid.
Yes. Okay. Anybody else? SB Trust? I feel
I got one last thing to say. When it comes to getting through things, there was something Robert Kiyosaki said, that sometimes your bad deals are where you find the best people. So when you think everything is falling apart, the people that actually stand up through the adversity are the ones that's a good way to identify when everything is going bad. You know, who was around that was really sticking to what they said they were about. And so that's very much true. You got to keep going. You got to be able to have some resolve.
All right. Yes. Okay. And Khalil, yes. Oh, we can't hear you. Unmute, please.
Yeah, I wanted to, as a closing thought, I wanted to add something from the book that you know, House of Rucker Harris brought up. Is that in the book it said to budget your time so none of it is wasted. So if we follow that little small principle in the book and understand that, you know, time is life, life is time, and if you waste time, you waste life. If we budget our time and plan it out and structure it, it's going to help us tremendously, and it will help us from becoming a drifter. So we don't want to be a drifter by, you know, just being swayed by the, you know, the hands of time. You know, but if we budget our time, we can stay on track, and then we will, you know, we will be successful.
Yes. And I'll add to that too about with the drifters. In the book, we talked about the habit of drifting. So we want to disrupt some of those patterns in our life, you know, just do something, break up that monotony, the things that we're used to doing. And because it was almost like unconscious, like, you know, because you're doing it day after day after day. So kind of break up your day. I think that'll help also. Any thing from you? I don't want to leave you out.
Can you hear me? I'm actually on my iPad and the computer. I've shut the video down from the computer.
Yes.
And because I kept going,
yes.
I discovered another way to do this. Anyway, my biggest takeaway is always knowing who you are. If we don't know who we are, we will never get far. And I didn't mean to rhyme that.
No, bars.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I really didn't. There's something going on with my life right now where everything I say is a rhyme.
Yes.
But anyway.
Yes. So
that's what with all of us. I think we have been taught so long that we're nothing, that we're less than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But we have so much inside of us,
right,
that everybody around us is afraid. So the fear is not in us, really. The fear is outside of us.
That's it.
It's everybody outside of us who's afraid of what we can do if we come together in communities like we're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I'm sorry. That touched me right now. That's it. Because even in the beginning, I said I'm not really a fearful person, but I may be feeling the fear of others around me and internalizing it in some way. So as Ayin, thank you, because that was very good for me.
I'll put it like this.
Yes.
Let's go back to the book of Genesis in the garden, when the devil approached Eve and he said, "Know ye not that ye are God?" See, Eve, Adam, they was already God. They didn't have to, figure it out. They were just being who they were. And so we're walking around being who we are, but yet we don't know who we are. And that's going back to what my wife said, is you got to know who you are. You can't believe in who you are, because you're still trying to get there. If you believe in, I think I can. No, you got to know you can.
Yeah.
You know, once you get to that level where you know that you know that you know, it's downhill from there. And you know, let me stop preaching, because I get on a tangent.
Beautiful.
But yeah, that was powerful. It's a journey. So we're all getting there. But
well, Tracy, I want to say thank you for putting this call together. And I want to say thank you to all of you guys that joined, because I was able to share, and I was also able to gain some wisdom from you guys. I was able to take something in, and it's going to help me with my today, my tomorrow, and my forever, because you guys have poured into me today as well. So I just want to say thank y'all, and absolutely thank y'all for inviting me.
Yes. And likewise, thank you all for joining and for participating and sharing your wisdom. And I hope we can have more of these. I'll try to continue on, because this book is so heavy. There's a lot more that we could have covered. So I was just trying to wrap it up, within the time frame. But I would love to continue these on to connect and bond and grow together. So thank you all.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
I want to say shout out to Demita.
Oh yeah, me too. We're on the same page, Khalil.
All right, you doing your thing inside of the society.
Yes.
So I see you. Great work. So it's great to finally kind of see some faces and meet everybody. Exactly. But we see you, Demita. So don't come too hard, because I got something.
Hey, look, y'all. That's me knowing who I am now. Like I said prior, I was always the member in the group that never had nothing to say.
Right.
I never commented on anything, never said anything. So I feel comfortable in sharing, but normally I don't say nothing, y'all.
That's what's up.
I know, that's me.
Hey, and don't forget, everybody, make sure you sip every day.
That's
sip,
right.
baby.
Yes.
Sip.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. We're gonna wrap it up, and like I said, hopefully we can have more of these. And I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate
Can
you.
I ask a question? Can I ask one question? Are we talking? We talking sip like tea, or what's that? I've been seeing that on.
I'll tell you after the Zoom, TJ.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay.
Holler at me after the Zoom.
Sip.
We're gonna leave that on the inside. We're gonna leave that on the inside.
On that knowledge.
All right. Bye, everybody.
All right. Y'all be good.
Peace, gratitude.